Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Miss Maya
and Rosa. So for today's video, we're going to be doing something pretty similar, pretty much exactly like our first video, and it's a bit more serious. I know you hopefully come to our channel to see the fun stuff and, hopefully to make you laugh or make your day better if it wasn't good. But when something comes up, I think it's a good thing to talk about. The recent things that have been happening, so if you've heard the news, which I'm sure you have, about the shootings at the school in Florida. We thought we would give you our opinion on this, and hopefully our opinion helps a lot.
But first, we would just like to express our condolences to any of the families or friends that were affected by the shootings in Florida. We are so sorry for your loss, and our thoughts and prayers are going out to you guys.
These things shouldn't have started like this. It shouldn't have even gotten to this point where children are scared to go to school because they're afraid something might happen. School is a place where you learn not to go to be afraid. We're going to give you some examples, and we're going to tell you some of the things we think should change and, what it should change into. So let's just start.
So the first thing that we wanted to tell you guys is that we're trying to do something right now. We're trying to build a horse barn for our horses, and these are the rules for Colorado.
It may be different where you live. I know this isn't the whole point. We're getting to the point. We're just giving you an example.
The rules to build a horse barn or any building are very strict. You have to go through a number of steps to start building the building. So there's 7 steps. 1, you have to buy a permit, and then you have to go to meetings if the county will approve you building the building. You have to pay fees. It's not even the fees that are going to be put into building your building. And blueprints and all this documentation of what exactly you're going to do and how big that building's going to be. And after you finish building the building, if you get to that point, then they have to come out and inspect the building to make sure that it's up to their standards and there's nothing wrong with it. And that's everything that goes into one simple building.
Now, the reason why we're using that as an example is because, first of all, it's something we're going to do. And second of all, is because that's something that could not harm anybody at all. Obviously, it's a building. And it's a very lengthy process in order to have that building. But for buying a gun, you walk into a gun shop. We don't own guns. We never have. We never will. So I don't, obviously I've never been into a gun shop. I don't know anything about that. All I know is the rules on how to buy one. So you walk into the gun shop. You pay the $15 fee. They do the background checks, whatever. Then you show them your ID. And for us, of course, it's the Colorado State ID. So if you are 18 years old, you are able to purchase a rifle. If you're 21 years old, then you can purchase a regular handgun. That's it. And then, of course, you pay the price for the gun. But that's it, and that's what we're saying. It should
be way more strict.
Yes, it should be a very, very, very lengthy process if you're going to get something that could harm somebody.
If a building has to take 7 or more steps just to be able to build it, why can't that be like that for a gun?
So here's what we think should apply when purchasing a gun. We think they should have to fill out some kind of application or something of that type that asks how many children are in the home, if you have a safe place to have the gun, if you have a locked up case. I don't know exactly what people do to keep their guns locked away, but something, that's safe, your child could never get to. And I think they should have it that they come out and inspect your home yearly, just so they know you're following the rules. And I also think
you should get a handwritten approval from a certified psychologist saying that there's no reason why
this
you
person
shouldn't own a
can't
gun.
have a gun.
Right.
Right. And we respect the people who choose to own a gun. That's their choice, of course. But like we said, we think these things should change, and a lot of other people think that. Now, the next thing we think should be is that the person who is purchasing the gun should have to take a gun training class. I know that's probably not the right way to word it, but you kind of know what I mean, that way they know how to properly and safely use that weapon that they are trying to use. And all these things shouldn't be a problem at all.
If you want to own a gun.
If you want to own a gun and you're just, target practicing or, something like that. If you're just using it for that, why would it ever be a problem? I think these are extremely simple changes to make because, it's just for everyone's own safety, of course, that that anybody who is owning a gun knows how to take care of it properly, knows how to use it safely. I think that's just a better option overall. It may seem like a lengthy process, but if you want a gun badly enough, you'll go through it to get it. Now, personally, we think there is no reason to own a gun. At all. Now, yes, obviously it makes sense. A police officer owns a gun. Of course.
People that are trained in this, in what to do and stuff, yes, they have the right to own a gun.
Yes. Now, obviously, everybody has the right to own a gun.
Yeah, it's in the Constitution.
Yes, now I'm sure you're probably thinking, but, the shooting at the school, it would have been better if somebody would have, had something to defend themselves with, whatever. But they wouldn't have to if you just didn't have a gun at all. If you couldn't own a gun at all.
Right. Like I said, it should just be like law enforcement, obviously our military. That's it. Especially not children. Now, we can raise the age for buying a gun, but like we said, it just shouldn't be allowed at all.
Yes, raising the age would help. But if you really think about it, it's not going to. Let's say you're changing it from 21 to 24. Those 3 years aren't going to make any difference.
They're still not going to stop.
If somebody's determined to do something,
right,
they'll wait as long as they have to until they can.
Just like the guy in Las Vegas. He was like 60-something years old. That doesn't stop him from shooting people. That doesn't stop him from buying all these weapons and shooting people. So, now that you have some ideas about what kind of rules should be in place in order to buy a gun and what should change, where do you send that? Who do you talk to?
Who do you talk to?
So, you can contact your senator. There are 2 in each state. Or you can contact a House of Representatives person. There could be like 1 to 57 depending on your state. We have 7 in our state. Type up a letter, print it out, and send it to them so they have something to hold in their hand instead of an email. I would recommend that strongly. I would recommend sending a letter. They can't ignore a bunch of papers that's going to be piling up.
We strongly suggest contacting them. Tell them exactly what you want and don't stop until you get what you want. Now, I know they're making some changes now. I believe they're deciding on raising the age to purchase a gun. But if that's not good enough for you, then,
don't just settle with that.
Yeah, don't be the person who settles. Don't stop until you get exactly what you want. Because pretty much they'll just do just the bare minimum just to make you shut up.
Right.
And I hate to say shut up, but it's true. And
It's true, they will do that.
Yeah, and you may just be like, oh, okay, well,
that's good enough.
That's good enough. No, don't have it be good enough. You know, have it be the way you want it to be.
We want you in our army.
There are around 47 million teenagers and young adults. And I think if everybody said something about it, there may be people who don't want it to change, but it would be better if everyone said something about it.
If you watching this are thinking, well, I don't think I'll do it and someone else will. Don't rely on that. Don't rely on that someone else will do it for you. You have to do it yourself, and every single person that says something helps. So stop watching this video, go on your computer,
You go type that letter, girl.
type the letter,
Boy.
speed type, and send it right now.
You can type the letter, you can write the letter the old-fashioned way, just kidding. But either way, make sure you write something, send it off. We don't want this to happen anymore. It should, like I said, it shouldn't have gotten to this point.
Right.
People shouldn't have to lose somebody
That they love, just so someone can own a gun.
Now, that's all for this week, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.